Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. We are going to be truly diving straight into the final palace. I mean, we're pretty decent way into it right now, but I have a feeling there's a lot that we have yet to get to. Evening, V Diffuser. Hope you are doing well. Grabbing your metaphorical popcorn? No worries. I'm just sitting here with my green dragon mug and some cinnamon jasmine tea. So tasty. Really relaxing too. I like tea that doesn't have like too much of a strong flavor, just more mellow. So good. So the thought I had when I was waiting to hit go on this stream while I'm sitting here with what is her name? Lavenza? I don't know. I forget her name over here. But anyways, our attendant, is how much I think that Alice will make a good attendant considering her clothing choice. Sorry, it is Lavenza. Okay. I was right on it. But yeah, she already has the blue dress already. They look kind of similar. I do agree though that there's another model for Alice I think would be a little bit cooler. It's the one where she's holding the two dolls, the red and the black doll, just to represent the two demons that fostered her and resurrected her. I still think that's a better model, but anyways, moving on. Speaking of which, let's actually put her up top because we need to scream die for me at some point during the battle, during this. Alice is just broken. Like, I think she's intended to be broken. But, yeah. Anyways, enough of me just dilly-dallying. Let's get running.
Okay, where do we go from here?
Oh, we got some dialogue options. The auditorium is representing research findings, and the track is most likely for experimentation. These are just educated guesses, mind you, but I'm rather confident in them.
Oh, yeah.
I was so caught up in everything, I never even stopped to think of what Dr. Maruki's palace resembles. Whoa, Cat. No, Cat. I know you're starting early. We're not walking in front of the monitor. Now that I think about it, it does seem like a laboratory. Morgana, what do you have to say?
Yeah.
So the palace is a lab, huh? I knew it. Sure. You 100% knew it. They nerfed Die For Me in SMT5. Honestly, the only SMT games I know right now is one, and I'm almost done watching that. We just finished up the Destined Land thing, and we're getting ready to do the assault on the cathedral. And I played a little bit of Nocturne. My goal is to get through the main 5 and then backtrack and fill in the gaps with all the side games. Alright, so first things first, I want to try to find how to get into that. So let's go down the elevator first and see if I can get that extra room that we missed. Cat, stop stepping on. Cat, stop stepping on the keyboard. Let me. You know, this might help. There you go. I'm moving one of my button-up shirts onto my desk so that she can like cuddle up on it. She likes sleeping on my clothes. Okay, so it's right in front of us. Yeah, the cat's already doing a cameo.
I'll reveal your true form.
Because you know how cats love to smells like him.
It isn't a major threat,
Okay,
but don't use electric attacks.
Okay. I'm still trying to get the,
Knocked it right off their feet. Nice, Joker.
Nice.
It's their chance. Pass the baton.
I'm still trying to get the Showtime event with Sundari.
Keep that up. Please do. I'm ready to go. Get him. Here it comes.
We're just bullying these poor guys.
Energy terminated. Show us what you got, Violet. All out attack.
See, yeah, she immediately lay down on
That's
it.
the landing.
There we go.
Okay.
Can you tell if I've grown stronger?
Well, I would know if you grow stronger the second you'd show me your dang Showtime event. I swear, we're gonna beat the game and it's not even gonna become an option. Okay. There's literally something right here. Oh, we got it. Okay. I guess it literally was nothing. Moving on. See, weirdly enough, that was my biggest annoyance with the DS version of Chrono Trigger, which I still think is the definitive version of the game. But they had the option to manually fill in the map by walking through it. So now my OCD's like, oh, you have to fill in every single map now. You don't get anything for it. It's literally just to screw with you. Okay. So, let's check and see what we got. So that is locked. That's done, and then up here is one of the will seeds. Okay, let's go. I hate... that looks like there's a safe room right in that room, and I just walked past it. Whatever. Hello there.
Show me your true form.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Show me your true form.
Yeah, oh, macabre and those bros. The map side present Persona 2. Oh no.
Stroke, I dare say. Slice it to pieces.
Beautiful.
Beat him up.
How do you feel about the new FGC Firebreak? Well, I'm definitely going to be playing it, Reaper. I have a plan to play it with all of the guys from the Archivist series.
Can you tell if I've grown stronger?
Me, Campbell, and Watts are going to be playing together. Agent Campbell, Agent Watts, and Agent Tuttle are going to be joining the Firebreak team.
I'll reveal your true form.
We're going to be doing a live, hopefully, as long as everything works out.
Successful. Now just don't lose.
We kiss their very soul.
I don't know if I could stream PQ or PQ2. It just comes down to the console. I don't know if
Right off their feet.
the console would really allow me to.
Go.
Not done yet.
Oh!
Keep that up.
Dude, his little... I'm sorry, Lyle. Oh, almost done. The one thing I did see that looks very promising is that all of the... Oh, I'm
One
sorry.
enemy is in despair.
That bro
So
is just
psychokinesis would be a
terrified.
good move.
The thing I did see promising in the Firebreak stuff was solely that
It has no
all the
weakness.
skins and all
Our
the
best chance is to make it
extra
confused.
things you can get are done with in-game currency and not real-world currency. So you don't have to spend real money to get everything, you just play the game.
Persona.
This thing's immune to all that stuff, unfortunately.
There.
Neil Patrick Belial? Wait, what?
You can't do this.
Sure, what's up? Show me the money. I don't need money for anything. I just feel like running this guy's pockets.
How's that? Bye.
You think his face looks like Neil Patrick Harris?
Let's get
Oh,
your
okay,
breath.
gotcha. I was like,
Everyone.
what?
All right.
Okay. Hello there. Loose magnetic tape. Wait, no, it's not this direction. Sorry. Let's go that way. But so far, the biggest things I want to see, weirdly enough, is how they continue the story with the furnace. Because they've already established in some of the Firebreak gameplay footage that you will be going to the furnace. So we'll finally figure out what kind of entity is residing in there and is demanding
We
human
can
sacrifice.
use it as a safe room. Let's do it.
I mean, like, if all this game does, legitimately lore-wise, is explain all the little weird stuff that happened in the main game of Control, and just gives us an actual, like, the lore and the background of why all that stuff was happening, I'd be good with that. Because it literally just enhances the plot of Control, because you finally get the answers to all the questions we've had. Wonder if you can sacrifice team members then? Oh gosh, that'd be horrible! That'd be absolutely horrible. Because that was the whole point, is the furnace tricked people, or at least like brainwashed them into sacrificing their own people to feed it. This is probably locked, yeah.
I can feel it.
Alright.
Show me your true form.
Surprise attack successful. Now just don't lose.
Hello there, Warped Abyss. What kind of Cthulhu demon are you? Okay, nothing there. Let's try visible, nothing there. Oh, wow, it's very weak against
This
that.
enemy is beneath us. It should be easy if we stay focused. Persona!
Let's not do that.
Shall we? That was pointless.
Oh, it's
Are you
great.
even trying?
Hold on. I need to get my technical guide up real quick.
Awaiting orders, Joker.
Your orders will have to wait some. There we go. Okay, so Enrage is fire. And yeah, fire. That's fine. Let's just deal. I'll get to this guy later.
Victory is
You're
ours.
pretty good, Fox.
Okay.
That
Yep.
was easy.
Honestly, one of the questions I do have is the implication that the furnace in the maintenance sector connects to the furnace at the formation in the Black Rock Quarry. And yes, I know I'm saying that word wrong, but it's fine. It's not quarry,
We found a
it's
treasure
quarry.
chest. I wonder what's inside.
Show me your true form.
We got the advantage. Don't rush this.
Alright,
I am thou.
let's keep trying until we get a weakness.
Someone finish it.
Oh, it's frozen.
Right off their feet.
Nice.
Nice, Joker. The
What are
enemy
you
is
weak
weak,
against?
but
Nothing.
wind won't do much to it.
Damn it.
Persona.
Oh, that's all foes. Damn it. Damn it.
Hold on.
Alright. I probably should have waited to do that until I killed Baal here.
Persona! Let's finish this.
And I can take advantage of this, you
We
know.
can do better. Doesn't have a weakness, but I think we could make it angry. Shall we?
Really?
Them.
Damn it. Please don't. Sorry.
Nice moves, Fox.
I yammer?
Violet, just what I would expect from an athlete. It has no
Accuracy is
physical weakness.
horrendous.
This
So
is
let's
my
use
other
an
self.
emotional weapon. Fear.
tenacious.
Go! Power up!
Sure, I'll take the damage hit.
Knocked him right off their feet. Nice, Joker.
I don't think this is gonna work, to be
Up to
honest.
you. This is mine. Let's
I
go.
swear, if I get another frozen, I'm really
Someone
lucky.
finish it.
Yeah, we're not gonna get it.
No psychokinesis. Attack with something else.
Nuke fire. Yeah, we got nothing on this.
Let's dance.
Eh. Eventually we'll get this.
Fox is dizzy. His attacks are going to miss a lot more.
Oops.
Me no have choice.
Maybe I can just get you. Let me up power.
I am now.
I just got him. You know what? I'll take it. Oh, Haster. King in yellow. Hello there. Neveros, I don't need you anymore since I now have Alice.
That's a new one, isn't it?
I literally just scared. Yeah. If there was any party member that would terrify demons, it'd be probably Haru, only because she loves the horror shit to begin with. She's like,
Okay.
I'm a worse demon than all the rest of you. I swear, it's always the sweetest ones that have the darkest second personality.
I can feel it.
Actually, that is very true, V-Diffuser. We can officially say canonically Haru scares the King in Yellow.
I can see it.
Okay. Okay, so we know there is a will seed somewhere in that room behind us. I want to make sure we don't forget it.
Joker!
And she uses Beelzebub as her best axe, that is true. Hang on a second, Joker. That room's giving off a unique reading compared to the others in the area. It might be like the video room we found. Well, you tried checking that out? I can turn up some clues. Although, it looks like it doesn't open from this side, so we're gonna have to go the long way around.
Yes.
I agree with Oracle. It may not be a direct route to the treasure, but it's definitely something. We should make that room our goal for now as we progress. I do that just because I'd like to see the lock on the map. I mean, this is an interesting setup where you have the glass walls, but it's where you can see everything, but you can't necessarily get to everything.
It's somewhere.
Actually, this is a pineapple
Show me
question.
your
Is there
true
any
form.
way I can increase the likelihood of getting showtimes?
Now's our chance! Beat him up!
What is up?
Electricity is its weak point.
I honestly have no clue
The
what I
curse
just said.
skills are ineffective. Stay focused.
Okay, so what is this guy? Fear. I don't know what technicals with fear.
This is my other self.
That one. Beautiful.
You got him, Fox! One enemy hit the ground.
Hold on. What are you weak
Electricity
to?
is its weak
Electricity,
point.
so we gotta
Pass
pass.
the baton and knock him down!
Yep.
Lend me a
Not
hand.
yet. The baton pass is you up!
Where is my lightning? Hello there, Senior Thor.
Go down.
Knocks them right off their feet! Nice, Joker!
Let's talk to this guy, because the other guy has that status effect
This
already.
one's got a temper. Just act really serious. It should appreciate that.
At any rate, I give up. That my horoscope say today would be wait, why are we talking about horoscopes? It's fine. Do as you please. Lick my boots. What? That's all you want? Easy. I'll have them shining like they're brand new. Oh, wow. You're... Okay. Oh, speaking of, you did a bang-up job making it this far. You didn't stray from the path or get lost. I don't know how to respond to this one. like none of these seem like this seems like I'm joking. This one makes me seem weak, so probably I don't remember. Because this makes me seem a little incompetent. This makes me seem jokey. Eh? No.
Please don't resist.
Cool, thank you, Haru. I was joking, nothing like a joke, right? Let's change the subject. I'm in grave informed. This was supposed to be an easy job, just threatening intruders. I would never have accepted this task if I knew it involved this sort of suffering. Complaining won't help. God dang it.
This weakling.
Fuck you guys. Dodge.
Moves, Fox.
Maybe I'll get another shot.
Persona!
You got him, Fox. One enemy hit the ground.
Yours
Not
now.
done yet.
Persona!
Well, I wouldn't say having like an RNG basis for the Showtime is a bad mechanic. It is what it
Joker
is.
took one out. Stand still.
Do it!
They're done for.
Because honestly, if you got them too often, like if you had an ability to increase the percentage rate, the RNG of it happening,
Okay.
you can kind of break the game because those things are kind of broken. If you got
We
them too
found a
many
treasure
times.
chest. I wonder what's inside.
Okay, now the question is, why is the vine? Because I was looking at this outside where we had these little plant thingies. I was wondering why they're here, but now they're starting to overgrow and the vines are overtaking the place. It's almost like the thing you're trying to control, the thing you're trying to study, starts to grow out of your own control. Hello there, Makoto. How you doing? Welcome on in. I don't think Maruki wanted to be a botanist. I think it's more of a symbol, but it's possible he had some botanical aspirations. Who knows? But I don't think so. We've seen no evidence of it.
I'll reveal your true form.
Hello, Pastor. Pastor?
You did it, Fox. Don't move.
Now, last strike!
They're done for.
The finale. Okay.
But yeah, I think it'd be more
That easy, huh?
apropos to say that it's the thing that he was trying to grow in a controlled space ended up growing out of his own control, which is just an analogy for him trying to control this entire world and the mental scapes and the cognition of other people, and it got out of his control.
I can see it. I'll reveal your true form.
I'm definitely going to be doing analysis. Look it up. I'm definitely going to be doing some analysis of
That
this
one's
game
dangerous.
once I finish up this one and I go through P1 and the P2 duologies. Painful is that will 100%
Ground.
Lend me a hand.
Of course.
but I already know how I want to do it. I mean, I already know how I'm going to do it. It's going to be a 22 episode series,
You worked your best. Keep that up.
but I may eventually get into the palaces
Her
themselves.
skills will work.
It's time.
You can hit their weakness.
You know what? Let's try it. Oh my god, did she put dynamite on those teddy bears?
Took one out. Stand still.
Do it.
That's just rude. That's just rude. Dude, Alice is nuts. Let's be real, she's crazy. And that costs 0 SP, so I can literally
Okay.
just get my SP back with the SPD non-stop while I'm using her insta-kills.
I'll reveal your true form.
Surprise attack successful. No psychokinesis.
I am thou.
Attack with something else. You did it, Fox.
Now, last strike.
They're done for.
Yeah, it would, yeah, definitely Wire Dude. When I do my analysis on these, it's definitely
All right.
gonna turn into a
Let's keep this
Psychonauts-like
pace going.
analysis, which, speaking of which, technically we only have 2 more Psychonauts videos. I might stretch it to a 3rd to go over the interns, but unfortunately there's not a lot of information on the interns like we had with the campers. We had way more time with the campers, plus we had the Friendster profiles. Which gave us a lot more background information. Now, and the LiPo backstory document with it too. Even though that's not technically a 100% canon, it shows the intention the writers had when going into it. So I'll accept it as at least semi-canon at most. Yeah, maybe one for the Aquatos too. And I know maybe one for the last of the Psychic 7.
Focus.
Automentalis, possibly. But we really don't have a lot with that guy.
Oh, okay.
Like, we really do not have a lot to work with. Okay, so that's where the will seed's gonna be. But in order to get to the next Psychonauts video, we actually have to do a different game series beforehand because the themes kind of overlap each other.
I have something.
Hi there.
I'll reveal your true
These
form.
guys have no aggro range. I'm literally just... Whoa, hello there. Put some pants on.
It isn't a major threat,
The shadow
but don't
one.
use electric attacks.
Is this Lady Death? Like, she just reminds me of Lady Death from the Sandman series.
No psychokinesis. Attack with something else. One enemy crush. Keep that up, bud. Persona. Let's finish this.
Dude, I just get them free if I terrify them. Thank you, Sumire. The name is Scathach. Okay, I don't know that name. Okay, give me a second. Mr. Samwise wants back inside the house. 2 seconds. And we are back, and it is time to enjoy this tea. It's pronounced Skaha? Okay. They have extra letters in there if that is the case. Quetzalcoatl, Black Prospero, Uriel, Asterius, Koryu, Kagero, Thanatos, Picaro. Let's give it a Haster.
You've got a new mask, Joker.
I have to decide which of the curse personas I want to keep, because I technically have 4 of them right now that
Alright.
overlap with one another. Where is she? A warrior woman of the land of the shadows, Celtic lore. Oh, okay. She taught the hero Kulain the art of war and gave him the spear Gaibolg. Okay, so it's towards the Don lore.
I'll reveal your
Is it
true
really?
form.
I find it kind of depressing that technically that is my ancestry. My family came from Ireland, and I don't know Gaelic lore and Celtic lore at all. Ah, it's depressing. Anyways,
on your mark.
yeah, sure, Game Vault. Ask me questions. Go ahead.
One enemy hit the ground. Her skills will work.
Fire and curse. Okay.
This is my other self. Let's go. Wipe them out, Gorokichi!
You got him, Fox. One enemy hit the ground.
Get them.
Not done yet. The baton's already up.
Die.
mine.
Go, teddy bears. You have fun.
Joker took one out. Stand still.
Do it.
I love Alice. She rewarded him for his lessons and then letting him know the... Oh my, empath. We're gonna do our best to Kai. Oh my. Do you think there's another This House of Dreams we're about? No. The thing is, like, as much as we like to say that This House of Dreams kind of just popped up organically and no one ever knew it was a Remedy thing, that's not really true.
Let's go.
When it first launched, it was posted on one of the Remedy creators' Twitter accounts. I think Sam posted on his Twitter account right when they launched it, so it was intended to be found. I don't think there's anything hidden though. Past that. Oh, look, another one of the doors. Deja effing vu. What do you want to do? Might as well check it out now, right? No, okay, well, actually, we probably should. So first, we need the question, and then we can go back. Security lock currently engaged. Please answer the following identity authentication question. What was missing that caused the research into cognition science to be shut down? What was missing that caused... Okay. Yeah, I got no clue. Guessing the answer to the question this specific is pretty tough. I don't know what we would even guess. Bagels. That was what was missing. Bagels. They got shut down without them. What if we go check out that room Oracle Senpai pointed out to us? Maybe we'll find the answer or some kind of hint in there.
Yes.
Sounds good to me. Let's find a way into that room. They ran out of coffee. Yeah, that too. Okay, so we gotta find our way in there. Is this gonna take us? Is this the way we came in? Hold on, let's go down, because I think one of these... Yeah, this is the right way. 100% DGC. Bagels are the best thing. I would rather have a bagel than a donut.
It's somewhere.
100% of the time. Okay, guys, we're about to get depressed again. You ready? Grab the tissues. It is a long one, Game Vault. We're almost done, but it is very, very long. I don't like the idea of spying on somebody's past, but we clearly don't have a choice in the matter. If watching this on is our lottery ticket forward, or is our ticket forward, then I guess that's what we're doing.
Damn it! Just hearing it from you's pissing me off. You've come so far. What problem could they possibly have now?
I tried negotiating in person with the professor and the investors, but they simply wouldn't listen. Due to the lack of concrete evidence, all further research and funding in the field of cognitive science will cease.
Evidence, that's what it's missing.
They told me it's already over and done with. But why now, of all times?
Why do they have to be sitting at table 23? They just have to throw that in there?
When they first saw my paper, they were positively beaming with excitement.
And the research lab in Odaiba? They're not going through with that anymore?
Yep. Damn it. To hell with their concrete evidence.
So the construction on that site was originally going towards the lab, but because of the drop in funding, it got turned into a arena instead. Which I don't... Depending on how quickly that transition went, that would not happen. And I'm telling you this because in order to get construction permits for new construction land development in that area, you have to be very specific about what you're using it for. And if it got converted from research lab into an arena, like just getting the permit change alone would take like 5 years, let alone construction. Most unrealistic thing in this whole game, right there. The fact that they got the permits changed that quickly.
How are we supposed to get any evidence if we can't perform the research first? If we can change the cognition of trauma victims, their suffering can be eliminated. Who knows how many people could be saved with this research? How much more obvious could its benefits be?
So, do you really think the lack of evidence is the reason they shut it all down?
Okay. So here's one thing that this conversation I think is a little... I don't know how it reflects. Like, I'm still trying to think how this reflects on Maruki's character, but he technically already has evidence. The evidence is Rumi. He has done this already. But he will not use her to show off to the investors as a successful case. Or did the scene take place before that? I'm not sure which.
It makes absolutely no sense to me. After all the time and money spent, to just cut off my research because it wasn't all proven sound immediately.
No, you're 100% right, Limited. Like, I would not ever research, like, fund research for this either, just because it can be misused. And once the genie's out of the bottle, there's no putting it back in. It's out there, and people can just do this willy-nilly for any reason and change people's minds for any reason, positive or negative.
Even if that was the result of some kind of conspiracy, what could I do about it? It's not like I have any proof.
I see. So, what are you gonna do now? Sponsors have backed out, so I doubt the college is gonna let you keep using their labs.
I'm done with that college. They have nothing for me at this point. I'll look for work elsewhere while I keep fleshing out that research paper. Eventually, I'll prove the existence of the cognitive world. Once I've done that, no one will be able to complain.
This sounds like it's before the incident.
Rumi,
Wait.
I swear I'm going to do it. I have the power now. It cost me my life with you.
Nope. This is after for sure.
So I'm going to rescue everyone from their pain.
Which I appreciate that, because it just goes to his character that he refuses to parade her in front of the board. He'd rather her just live a happy life and doesn't want to involve her.
I don't care how long it takes me.
Oh, this is afterwards? Are you saying he came back here, Superstar Man, after that scene to drink by himself?
It's going to happen.
I wish we had dates
So
on
that
this.
was another of Dr. Maruki's memories? Yes, I believe so. Seemed to be a much more recent memory than the first one we saw, though.
I just got the impression that he stayed there after his buddy left and kept drinking, but okay.
His research was cut off.
So after the incident with his girlfriend, he progressed in his research to harness cognitive science as a healing practice. However, his research was shut down,
Okay.
and his career along with it.
So Akechi's in my boat on that. Okay, cool.
All he had left was his resolve to prove his research valid, then use it to save people. That seems to be the message delivered by the videos we found.
I mean, like, my thoughts on this type of thing is kind of the entire moral purpose behind Forbidden Planet, if anyone's seen that classic film. It's you develop a technology that is so extraordinary that just having it out there destroys your entire civilization. Just the simple fact that it exists, you can completely kill yourself. And this type of power, I feel, is very much like that.
It must have been his dream, to use his research to save people here.
If that sounds good to you, would you prefer we just turn around and go home?
No, Game Vault. Akechi is still kind of crazy, but we're kind of in a false reality right now, and he has common goals of getting back to reality. So he's just kind of working with us temporarily until we accomplish the goal, then he'll do whatever he wants to do.
That isn't an option.
Yeah, what she says. If anything, we've got to pull out all the stops to win this one.
Well, the vote was unanimous.
Okay.
Focus.
Let's see what we got. First of all, let's unlock this. Okay. First, though, before we go on there, they kind of tricked me to not going to this one. My gosh. We still need to find a way to get to the will seed.
You found a treasure chest!
I'll reveal
That's
your
what he
true
did.
form.
have a weakness. The enemy is weak. Doesn't have a weakness, but
No, we don't have
I
any
curse skills are doesn't have a weakness, but
Okay, so
I
guns
think
are
we
gonna be the
could
best
make
for
it
both of
angry.
these.
How you corner me?
right off their feet. Nice, Joker.
I'll take it. Dude, his freaking pistol's amazing.
Last one. Get him. No weaknesses? How am I the most forgetting skills? You did doesn't kill us, makes us stronger. Good work, everyone.
I love the little hat off bow that she just did right there. Love it.
Okay.
Leave the
Very
noobs and let's
elegant.
go.
Wait, hold on. This is not a noob right here. This is one of the big boys.
I'll reveal your true form.
Hello there,
advantage.
mechanical
Don't
evil
rush this.
voracious dragon.
Fire's not gonna work. Aggravating for such a weak enemy.
How did I take care of this again?
I am thou.
I mean, I can technically just use die for me and see if it kills him.
Tenacious.
An enemy's frozen.
Do not move a muscle.
Ah, damn it.
Cancel me. Beat him up.
Hate what, Blackwing?
Persona!
Let me see if I can get
We
away
don't
with
have any
this.
skills that'll hit its weak spot.
Where is my ice bro?
Black Frost!
What's up, Black Frost? Nice. Now don't kill him. Don't kill him. Damn it.
Victory is ours.
Damn it. So close.
All right.
Yeah, the issue with the PQ games is it's
They
on
didn't stand a
3DS, so
chance.
I wouldn't be
Bored
able
now.
to
Go
play
find
it.
a strong enemy.
Trying to find someone with a 3DS capture card that has stream compatibility,
Oh,
it's really tough. Like, I mean, you can emulate it, but who knows how good that's gonna be. Golden dress. Let's see what we got here for our golden dress. Movable shirt. Gold. Holy shit! Agility +5. Layered yellow dress imbued with wind. Okay. That is way better because she doesn't have a very good. She does not have very good armor right now. Hot 10 robe. But I do want Makoto because she's in my main party. And then we will give you the Hot 10 robe. Beautiful. Okay.
I have something.
There we go. Hello there.
I can see it.
Just checking to see if there's any other holes. It does not look like it. Can I drop down? No, I cannot. What about this side?
I have something.
Like, I would have thought you could probably hop along those, but I guess not. Okay. It's literally just pop out.
Show me your true form.
Surprise attack successful.
Yes, they're very low.
Hold on, this
Curse
thing weak
skills will
against?
work.
Fire. Okay, let's pass to my fire, bro.
Get the
Not done yet. The baton has powered you up.
Come.
This is your chance. Hit him where it hurts.
The only downside... You know what? Let's just use Rogue just for the single use of fire.
Knocked him right off their feet.
Let's go.
Joker. All out attack.
What is Alelat? Give me shit.
How's that? I suppose.
You're very generous.
Thank you.
How's that?
Zoe, why are you walking in front of the screen again? Come here. No,
All
come here.
according to
Come
plan.
down.
Just like I thought.
Oh my god, cat, what are you doing? Kitty, kitty.
Okay.
Sorry. I need to give her some attention before we continue on. You are the princess, and I give you all the affection, but you can do it on my lap and not in front of the monitor. Come on. Come on, climb down. On my lap. On my lap. There you go. There's a good girl. You just lay right there. There's a good girl. Okay.
It's somewhere.
Show me your true form.
That one's just weird. I don't know what it's gonna
Get
Let's see what I can do with this.
Sometimes you just want to
That was just
explode.
cool.
The opponent's weak. Gunshots won't work. Ice attacks are out. They're weak, but don't let your guard down.
Persona! You're mine.
Enemy's defeated. Oh, Joker!
Dude, she's just awesome. You don't want to waste an ESP and you need to kill something quick.
Okay.
That's one problem sorted out.
It's somewhere.
Is everyone all right?
Ooh, we're gonna break the glass. Okay. This is Sparta, bitch.
One of his will see.
Your cat used to be a mob boss? Really? That sounds like a fun pastime for a cat. I thought that too at one point, because I came home from work
That's our second will seed. This is going rather well.
one day, and randomly I found Zoe sitting in the driveway of my house, and she had 3 rabbits just sitting around her in a circle. Legitimately. Like, I just came up and she was just sitting in the middle of 3 rabbits in the middle of my driveway when I got home, and I could swear that she started a neighborhood
I
mafia.
have something.
It was the most random sight ever. Okay, so that's the direction we're going there. So I think that's everything here. We still need to find the way to get down from that side. Okay. I think I've gotten everything. Security lock currently engaged. Please answer the following identity authentication question. What was missing that caused the research into cognitive science to be shut down? Evidence. Disengaging lock.
Yes!
Let's get moving, Joker. Oh, come on. What's the in the next question, what's gonna be, what's Maruki's favorite snack or something? A juice box. Sea salt ice cream.
It's somewhere.
What do you guys think? Do you think his favorite snack is sea salt ice cream? Laboratory something.
I can see it.
Okay, we got the safe room right across from us. Wait, why are you... It's like you're working at a pharmacy here. Maruki Cognitive Science Lab. Phantom wafers.
Hold a moment.
This is quite the change in environment. Where are we now? This is the psychological exam room. We conduct psychological tests so that we can offer patients the happiest and most ideal realities. If you're interested, please proceed down the hall and through the door to access the information panel. An exam room? Like a hospital exam room? Perhaps. What an odd place. The shadows here aren't attacking us, so they won't want to stop it. Oh, don't they want to stop us? Strange as it may be, they do not seem hostile to us at all. Furthermore, I admit I'm curious as to what this exam entails. Joker, perhaps we can talk to these shadows and gather some useful intel.
I have something.
Okay, so now we're back to using the little heart teeth. You are the Phantom Thieves, I presume. Normally I capture any intruders, but this area is free to anyone who wishes to enter. I will... Which actually completely makes sense within Maruki's cognition, because if someone's here to get examined, he's indiscriminate. He wants to help everybody. So he would not even imagine him keeping somebody out here. Allowing intruders to proceed. How odd. No, it's not odd. He wants to help everybody. Like, would you think he would ever turn away a patient that says, hey, I want a better reality? They must be awfully confident in their exam techniques. At any rate, such progression should work in our favor. We should make sure we get our acts straight for this. So, what it'll be, depending on your reply, we'll have to respond accordingly. I see, so you're curious about our facilities. Very well. This is the lobby for the psychological exam room, where we determine if patients are mentally sound or not. We find the flaws and potential issues in the patient's heart that even they may not be aware of.
Well?
And what exactly comprises these exams. Beyond the hall lies a special exam room. There, each patient answers 3 simple questions. Touch the informational panel to begin the process. Listen to the question and choose the elevator that corresponds with your answers. Please refrain from returning to the previous level until the exam is over. Interesting. Treatment will be recommended depending on the patient's diagnoses, but this treatment, just like every other step of the process, has been designed with the patient in mind. Do not worry. If no abnormalities are found after the exam's completion, you will be presented with a small gift. For the sake of your own happiness, we ask that you answer all questions with honesty. So, all we have to do is choose the answer we believe to be correct, although I'm a bit hesitant to find out what they mean by treatment. Examine a person's heart to find their pain and regret that distort their cognition. This is just the palace version of what Dr. Maruki does in real life.
Wait!
But if we make a mistake, does that mean they're gonna change our cognitions? That's probably confined to the real world. Here, they probably mess with people's heads some other way. Like, maybe they hook you up with some machine and just bzzz. Hey, don't scare me like that. Well, whatever form this treatment takes, I'm sure we want no part of it of ourselves. Sitting here attempting to imagine it won't do us any good, though. Let's take the exam and see where we wind up. Okay, so it's the same guys.
Is there a safe room?
There is.
It's a safe room. Care to...
Okay.
Well,
The auditorium is for presenting research findings, and the track is most likely for experimentation. These are just educated guesses, mind you, but I'm rather confident in them.
I see.
So the cognitive beings here are people who wish to attain happiness through Dr. Maruki's research.
Oh, yeah.
I was so caught up in everything, I never even stopped to think of what Dr. Maruki's palace resembles.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yes, we're doing this for the snacks, guys. We don't care about the exam. 100%. That reception panel told us to start with the information panel. Or that receptionist. Oh, that's it. This is a waiting room. I love how we have a bunch of Rorschach tests all over the place. So the one on the left here, it looks like two people dancing. See, they're holding hands in the center, and the other one on the side is their hands outwards, so they're just kind of dancing around. Let's see. I don't really see much here. Actually, I take it back. In the center, there's a guy without a head and without legs, literally just pulling a... They're basically T-posing with their... flexing their biceps, going roar, and then there's a cloud of freaking spiritual pressure around him. Sure, let's go with that. This one looks like a Cthulhu demon, and that's just obviously a pentacle with a man sitting inside the center of it. Sure, let's go with that.
It's somewhere.
What's the point of coming up here? 4 is obviously Dual Cipher.
I can feel it.
Oh my gosh. I've never actually... Well, I take that back. I've watched a couple random episodes of Gravity Falls, but I've never really got into it. My buddy, on the other hand, is a complete freak for that show. I mean, it's bad.
Focus.
He's as much of a Gravity Falls fanatic as I'm about Remedy. Hello, Patience. Here's your first question. One day at school, you see that your good friend is being led away by a group of scary people. You want to help your friend, but if you fight them alone and lose, you could easily get hurt. If you go looking for a teacher, there would be no danger to you. But if you don't succeed in time, your friend will most likely get hurt. What do you do in this situation? I mean, there's a lot of factors here that I'd like to know before I go into this, but they're not going to tell you. Huh? Neither answer is wrong, though. Yeah, but this is a medical exam, not a school one. They're trying to figure out whether or not you need treatment. So maybe go with the answer that you think Dr. Maruki would pick. So you have to try and figure out which one Dr. Maruki would pick. Oh, this is going to be hard. It's hard to be sure of anything whatsoever right now. Why don't we try asking some of these other patients around here? They may be only cognitive beings, but they still have to take the exam just like we do. Maybe they can help us figure out which answer is right. Right. There is no right or wrong answer. It's trying to figure out what your personality type is. I'm with Mona. Besides, if you try and fail, at least you give it a shot. Although, I'm not opposed to just plowing our way through the whole exam, but if you refuse their treatment regime... Okay, I think there's a misspelling there. Anyways, whatever it is, they're not going to take that lying down. I'll be ready to fight if it comes down to it. Yeah, but when I think regiment, I think with a T at the end of it. Okay, so here's two things that I find interesting, is it feels like he's intentionally trying to manipulate the minds of the patients when they come to the answer. Why? Why would you intentionally color side A blue and side B is red? Because that actually sends unconscious signals to the person taking the test that influences their decision-making process. Because by default, we are programmed to avoid red because it's darker, has the anger associations and other things like that, and this is calmer. Blue is more calming, this is more fiery. So for this, so you're associating the answer of doing this with that and that with that. Why would I want to heal Haru? She's fine. It's like in, generally speaking, if you're asked the question of which direction do you want to turn, left or right, the human mind defaults to the left. More often than not, you're going to have people choosing left for if there's no context clues. It's just 50-50 chance you'll go left. Dude, she's like... I swear, Haru's like Lucario. The lower her health, the more powerful she is. Let's just go with that as headcanon. I mean, like, realistically, this is more to do with whether or not you're willing to put yourself at risk for another person versus you're not willing to put yourself at risk. And it also has to do with self-confidence. Because if you had confidence in yourself and your abilities, you would choose left. If you do not have confidence in yourself, you would choose right. But based on the coloring scheme, Maruki wants us to go left. Okay, what's up?
Okay.
Alright, let's try asking this guy. You guys are dressed awfully fancy. It doesn't look like you're here for an exam. Definitely, hey, if someone needs my help, I'm gonna do what needs to be done.
Oh?
Is there a reason you didn't even hesitate? My reason? Oh, well, normally I wouldn't share this with someone I just met, but I was in this exact situation in the past. The difference is that time, I just acted like I didn't see anything and went on my day. I let fear control me. Pretty pathetic of me, right? I've regretted it ever since. So I decided from now on, I'm going to help people in need no matter what happens to me. Yeah, stuff like that can make you feel totally horrible. Even if it ends up hurting, it's still better than go with whatever choice you won't.
I'm on board.
A sounds like the right answer to me. The problem with this kind of scenario is if it's, regardless of what choice you pick, if it fails, because let's be real, if you chose to help them directly, you failed, and now both of you are injured, you're going to feel a regret that you didn't go to the teacher. Now, if you went to the teacher and you got back and the kid was injured because you took too long, you're going to regret your action about not jumping in. So either way, depending on the outcome of what happens to the friend, you're going to regret your action. Doesn't matter what decision you make. Well, that's reasoning for my answer. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and see ya. See, I don't like these type of psychological tests because there's so many different ways to interpret it. This doesn't, like, a lot of issues with psychological tests is they try to give you the impression that if you pick A, that means this about you. If you pick B, that means this about you. But that's not true. I mean, it can give you an indication, but there are so many different reasons. Like that guy mentioned, because he had an experience in the past, that's influencing his actions. Now, if we had someone who didn't have that experience in the past and still made the same selection B, he's doing it for completely different reasons, therefore he's different psychological makeup. Sorry. I don't know. I'm probably going to spend an hour just analyzing this. I apologize. Moving on.
Hey.
You got a second. But a good thing to keep in mind is the answers of these figures is likely what Maruki believes about the people. Oh yes, how can I help you? He believes that if you pick this, therefore this is the end. This is why. Which answer are you picking? Well, I chose B. This is sort of embarrassing, but I'm never on the helping side. Someone always has to help me. Say, like, this is a very reductionist mentality that Maruki has here. I just don't have the courage to confront somebody. So you're the type to ask others for help. I mean, that ain't wrong, but don't you ever think of yourself, I want to help them? Of course I do. But even if I had the courage to step in, I might not be able to actually help. Okay, self-confidence, yeah. If that's the case, it's probably best if I get help from someone else, that way success is more likely.
Yes!
So it's your consideration for others that make you choose B. Well, thank you for your time.
Well?
Now, we know both sides of the story, but neither one's exactly wrong, right? I kind of get where they're both coming from. What matters is which one Dr. Maruki thinks is wrong. Why don't we collect our thoughts somewhere and talk about our answer?
Hey!
How about the empty room over there? Yeah, sure. Okay. So, what I gather from Maruki's very reductionist philosophy in this question is, if you like helping others, you go left. If you don't like helping others, or you feel incapable, you can help others, go over here. If I want to give assistance to other people, here. If I want other people to help me, go to the right. So in my analysis here, people who go left do not need assistance, and people that go right do need assistance, because they're saying, I need the teacher to help me, aka I need Maruki to help me. Lazy Clay Glamour, no, you do not need to play other Persona games. They're all independent narratives. Now you'll get some Easter eggs, and there's some world building that you can get in other games that kind of carry over, but it's very, very minimal, and it does not impede your enjoyment of the game. Let's use this place to sort out our next step, Joker.
Well then.
Alright, let's figure this out. So after some investigating, I think they use this place to test patients' mental states with a questionnaire. If they find any abnormalities, they will force treatment right away. See, just the fact that you think of it in terms of abnormalities, if you pick A or B, it's a Rorschach test. There's no right or wrong answer, therefore there's no abnormality. God, I'm getting heated over this. Okay, not sure what it is, but I suspect we should avoid it. So if Dr. Maruki thinks we're fine as we are, we get to skip the treatment. Most likely. It may not be easy, but we'll have to try to think like Dr. Maruki whenever we're coming up with our responses. Sorry, Joker, but I ain't good at this kind of stuff. The questionnaire is all yours, dude.
Well then.
Okay, let's think how to handle this situation. What should we do? Okay, let's review what we know.
Now then.
I love how they refer to it as the strong-willed man. Go after your friend. He said he'd help any person he might see who's in trouble. He had turned a blind eye in a similar situation in the past. His regret is the main reason he would intervene in the future.
Indeed.
Standing up to evil to help your friend certainly seems like the right thing to do. That would be correct if this were based on overly simplistic morals, but this is rather based on Maruki's viewpoint. Exactly! You may find the man's stance admirable, but would Maruki do the same?
Well?
Right, the risk factor is what bothers me about this choice. You would likely be hurt if you end up failing. We have to consider Dr. Maruki's thoughts about that. Yeah, Dr. Maruki wants everyone to find their happiness, so that means... I guess that's about it for this one.
What are your thoughts?
The reserved man.
Now then.
He's the one that chose B. He said there's a chance he wouldn't be able to help his friend alone, so he'd rather find a way to increase the odds. I get what he's saying, but it still bugs me. It's like he's just running away.
But...
Yeah, but it's not as if the sole priority was avoiding getting hurt. I wonder what Dr. Maruki would think about it. Remember what Dr. Maruki said on his last day of school. He said it's okay to escape a problem if it becomes too painful. Because that's exactly what he did. And that's exactly what he's pushing upon other people. Do you think you consider this the same thing? I guess that's about it for this one.
What are your thoughts? What's up?
I mean, like, you can see how he would see it both directions. But in my head, I think he would most consider option A as more worth his time, only because he mentioned, the strong-willed man mentioned that he had a quote-unquote trauma in his past as a result of his inaction, as a result that's guiding his current actions. But if he could forget that past action, therefore he wouldn't need to feel guilt over it. Yeah, because he has that lingering sense of guilt, he's the one that needs to have to forget it.
Yep.
And again, it's the color blue, which is what draws you in. It really comes down to how Maruki would think about it. Risking yourself to help your friend or take the time to find dependable help, determining which choice is incorrect is quite difficult. And neither choice guarantees your friend's safety if you think about it. Neither option seems any more successful than the other when it comes to helping your friends. What do you mean?
Do you have a moment?
Your friend may end up getting hurt no matter which answer you choose, so that isn't the deciding factor here. The issue is that you may end up getting hurt, and that's what we base our decision on. Okay. So you're afraid of pain, or you are willing to accept pain? Great, Joker, you've totally got this. I guess he's done thinking it over. But we should have enough information to make a wise decision. That part's up to you.
What's up? Right.
Yeah, I don't like these types of tests. You can legitimately make the argument that he would agree and disagree with both of these for different reasons. No, I get the point is to think like him, but from his perspective, I can see both of these being accurate. And it really just comes down to I'm not confident in my own abilities and wish to avoid pain versus there is a memory in my past that is causing me a displeasure of feeling guilt, and that's influencing my actions, which is what he would want to cure. So I'm probably going to pick A, because I think that's what Maruki would want me to pick in order to help treat me. And this also is exactly what Maruki did himself. So he avoided pain by basically running away from Ruby, but also helped her avoid her own pain by running away. Now, there's also the question of projection. So, if he decided B is the one that needs help, that means he's unconsciously telling himself that he needs help, because he's avoiding the pain as well. Which would be a whole nother layer to this, where he knows unconsciously he needs to get help himself, but he's refusing to accept it, so instead he perceives others that are running away from their problems as someone needing help. But I'm going to pick A just because he's the one dealing with the trauma. He has a painful memory in his past.
What do you want to do?
And that's kind of what this guy feeds off of. While risking yourself for another is admirable, it could lead to getting hurt. Injuries are not permitted in an ideal reality, but have no fear, you too can become happy. Please follow me to the counseling room. Allow us to change your way of thinking so you can finally live in paradise.
What?
Oh, it's you lot. I see, abnormalities detective. See, yep, that's exactly what I thought. He would think that this is abnormal. Such dangerous thought requires proper treatment, which makes it kind of sad that Maruki believes the default instinct is to avoid pain yourself, which is, again, Freud's pleasure-pain principle, so that does track. But the default instinct of humanity is to avoid pain, even if it means another person's harm. So, like, okay, the question, is the goal of these questions to avoid getting treatment, or to intentionally go the route where we get treatment? So, like, I guess I didn't understand the goal here. Like, I was intentionally avoid it. Okay, I was trying to go to the place where he would consider it abnormal, so I was trying to go towards the abnormal aspect. Hear that? Any of you interested in proper treatment?
Joker.
So, like, I just completely went the wrong direction with this.
Treasure demon in sight. Let's get it.
So the right... Okay, but the right and wrong doesn't help. It was really... Go the path where he thinks you don't need help is the point.
Bless skills will work here.
I was trying to go the path where he thinks... So my perception was correct, but my understanding of the goal was wrong.
One enemy terminated. Show us what you got, Violet. Her skills are ineffective. Less skills will work here. The enemy is weak, but don't relax yet. Good job, Violet. You got this.
Yes! We got it! We got it, guys! We got it! We got it!
Showtime.
Okay.
Shall we?
Oh my god. They're dancing was okay.
We're on.
Oh, that's sweet.
This is. Yeah.
That is adorable.
Don't forget the pose. Get into the platinum league for that.
That is
Just
really
what I would
cute.
expect from an athlete. Knock them right off their feet. Nice, Joker.
She summons the cognition of her sister to help
Out of the way!
Less skills will work here. The enemy is weak, but don't relax yet.
Come on, I'm trying to save my SP. Almost there. So close. Don't run away. Don't you dare run away, you shit.
Treasure demon's done for.
That was close. So if we wound up in a fight after making our choice, does that mean we were wrong? Like, we gotta go ask for help if we want to do the right thing. I don't buy that. I think it means is rather than putting ourselves in danger, it's a better idea to avoid the risk.
Let's go.
Well, there's no redoing this exam, so let's just switch gears and move on. Okay, so now I know I'm trying to avoid his help, not intentionally go towards his help. But my understanding of which is which was correct. We made it, and the second question appears to have 3 possible answers, and now it's gray, which is void of color, okay. And the coloring scheme the first floor was correct. He was guiding people towards the blue, which is more inviting, and that's the one where he helps people. Makes sense. Let's find out what we're dealing with this time.
Congrats!
I can feel it.
Thank you. Congrats yourself. Alright. Okay. I still don't know why we're allowed to get up here. Good to see you again. Here's the second question. You have a personal dream that you really, really want to make come true. You've worked so hard to achieve it, but it's just not coming to fruition. It's causing you a lot of grief, but if you were to give up now, all of your hard work is sure to be for nothing. Sunk cost fallacy. Which would you do in this situation? A. Keep up the hard work. B. Do whatever it takes. C. Give up for a new dream. Please be honest about your feelings as you consider your answer. Thank you. Okay, so I wonder how much sunk cost fallacy is going to play into this. Because the presumption of which would be the correct answer here is coming down to, do you know the future and do you know that your actions are going to lead to what you want, or it will never lead to what you want? Because if you know for a certainty that putting effort into something that you will never get, yeah, that's probably not the smartest move, but the thing is, we don't know the future. We don't know. And so many people stop right before you reach that nugget of gold. So this entire question is based upon hindsight bias. We don't know enough to make a decision. We should gather information. All right, let's go around and talk to these folks like we did last time. Yeah, Yusuke's classmate definitely gave up his dream of becoming a painter, which is probably why it's there. Okay, so you're going to keep going. And the distinction between doing the hard work versus the middle one was probably you're cheating to get to where you're at. Like, rather, let's just say that you wanted to be a awesome track star and you wanted to win the gold in the Olympics or whatever. A would be training yourself to be the best. B would be poisoning your opponent on the night before the competition. Like giving him laxatives or something. That'd be the difference here. Or steroids, yeah, that too. What can I help you with? The people here are pretty chatty, aren't they? Not that I mind, of course. About the question, I suppose I'm going with A, keep up the hard work. Does that mean you have a dream already? And the only problem with A is, like, normally I would agree, but it's also you risk a sunk cost fallacy, where because you've invested so much time and energy into the thing, if you gave up on it, that means you are accepting that you wasted that time. And people don't like feeling like they've wasted 10 years of their life, so they will intentionally choose not to give up on it because they can't come to accept the fact that they lost 10 years of their life on a failed venture. But that's also presuming you know you're going to fail. Yeah, I guess you could say so. You probably wouldn't be interested in hearing all that, though. I'm a musician, but I'm still on the point where I can only play out on the street. I work a part-time job so I can afford lessons. In my spare time, I'm always recording demos or practicing. Wherever I come up with something I like, I send it out for potential auditions. Despite all that, I'm just not getting anywhere. Maybe I don't really have the knack for it. As a musician myself, my question to this lady would be, like, if I wanted to help her, what I would do is I sit her down, okay, what kind of genre do you play? Okay. What kind of audience do you think would be most attracted to that genre of music? Okay. Is your advertising methods geared towards attracting those audiences, or are you doing a general thing that does not specifically target the niche you're going for? And try to war game through the entire stuff. Because let's just say if I'm obsessed with like Baroque music, and I'm advertising to an audience that loves pop music, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this shit?" No, I'm not doing that. You have to know your audience when you're trying to get noticed. You'd have to go for Baroque. I mean, like, personally, I can't do Baroque, personally. There's not enough syncopation, there's not enough anticipation in it. I'm a jazz-trained pianist, so, like, I love having, like, the offbeats and the syncopation, and just the anticipation is amazing. As an aside, it was, if anyone remembers School of Rock with Jack Black back in the day, in the behind the scenes, I found it really interesting that the actor they got for the pianist, the kid who was the piano player in that, because he was the actor himself was classically trained, he could not understand, like, he had a very hard time getting the anticipation right. So when you're doing like rock or anything with jazz or blues influences, you always want to go on the before the beat when you hit the note. So if you're saying like 1 E and 2 E and now in classical you hit 1, 2, 3, 4 when you play the note, but in more of like a jazz thing you want to anticipate, so 1 E and you drop it like right before the downbeat. You anticipate the downbeat, and he was just having such a hard time disconnecting his brain from that. It was just amusing to me, because I also, when I went to university, I studied jazz, but I also hung out with the classical musicians all the time, and our styles are very different in terms of how we read music. Anyways, I completely went off on a tangent there. I apologize. Let's just get on with the game.
No!
But working hard towards your dream is healthy. You're right, thank you. I was just being hard on myself for a moment there. When I come home from work, I lie down in bed by myself. I just get so worried. Okay, so you're feeling negative emotion as a result of it. You live with an orchestra teacher. Ooh, fun, V-diffuser. When things are going badly, I start to break down and ask myself, how much longer can I do this? But all I can do is believe in my ability. I love music so much, and I have no intention of quitting.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. See you. I can't believe I just admitted all that to complete strangers. Alright. So, this would go under the presumption that Maruki thinks the anxiety you're feeling over not accomplishing your goals is something that can be fixed by making you have a different goal. And if you really want to look at it in this way as well, by giving up on your dream to pursue a different goal that you can accomplish, from Maruki's perspective, if we look at floor 1, you're running away from something to protect your ego. So again, it's a sense of running away from something. And refusing to acknowledge it. What do you want? This doesn't actually matter. I'm pretty sure it won't make a difference. Well, if I had to choose, I'm gonna go with C, give up on my new dream. Give up for a new dream. I mean, the other ones apply even less to me than that one.
Huh?
What do you mean? Don't you want to make your dreams come true? Whoa there, hold on a second. That's like for people who have big dreams, right? Besides, trying hard isn't actually going to solve anything. Okay, no. So now this is the learned helplessness aspect, where he just knows, like, well, it doesn't matter what I do, I'm always going to fail, therefore, let's not try. Why wear yourself down to something over some dream? It'd be a lot simpler to just choose an easier dream. I mean, that is true. It would be simpler. But will you find it more just as fulfilling? I personally believe that pursuing something is a wonderful thing. I suppose it depends on the person. Probably, yeah. I just got tired of doing stuff like that, so I just quit. If I had a dream I actually cared about, it might be different, but I don't have anything like that. Oh, so now he's just saying he doesn't have a dream in the first place. Failing after trying your hardest hurts the worst. That's what it all boils down to, you know? So there's avoiding dreams that may not come true because it's easier. It's not the worst advice, but still. Aren't you going to take the elevator? Then I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, this is definitely the path of least resistance. I agree, Superstar. Whoa, don't you guys look crazy? Are you cosplayers or something? Those look like they took forever to make. No, they just kind of like manifested into existence. This is just so awesome. Will you drop it on my stream sometime, huh? What do you say? This dude's a fucking... he's a streamer. Oh god. What the heck is with this guy? He's so pushy. Oh, interested are you? Well, I'm glad you asked. Alright, I should start by the beginning so everyone makes sense. He's blabbering all about himself. He's babbling about himself.
Whoops.
You just had to ask. Oh my god, is this guy a narcissist? What do you want? You want to find out more about me? Then I'll just do that. So I know that's probably not the answer for everyone, but I'm going to choose B, do whatever it takes. I started streaming so I could strike it rich. With how streaming is blown up, if this goes well for me, I'd be really swimming in it, you know what I mean? So you're doing it for the money. But it hasn't been easy as I'd hoped. I posted videos every day, but my view count never went up anywhere. But then I found the motherlode. There was this video someone uploaded where he just bashed on this celebrity so bad, it was ruthless. And his view count went through the roof. And that's what I knew I had to do to make it. Yeah, negative. Oh my gosh. Yeah, unfortunately, people are drawn to negative content much more than positive content. So an interesting thing for me and how my channel ended up getting bigger, I've actually had 2 other channels before this, that never got more than 20 subs. I never got more than 20. And I was doing a structure that it doesn't play to my talents. I was basically just doing regular Let's Plays. And I'm not good at talking to just myself. I need to have an audience. Like, you guys, the reason I can talk like this a little bit better is because I have you guys to bounce off of. But when I'm by myself talking to myself, I am not entertaining in the slightest. I'm a very boring individual in those scenarios. So I kept trying for a couple of years on that and never got anywhere past, again, about 20 subs. So rather than just give up and just give up YouTube altogether, what I did is like, you know what, let's just try something different that more plays to my strengths, which is video essays, analysis, and literature. And then, boom, things started taking off. Yes, you're my Watson Flerouge. All of you, I appreciate it. So, like, if you force yourself into something that's not to your talents, but you can still find something similar that does play to your talents. And that's my experience. And here we are. From then on, I switched over to solely posting bash videos. Lo and behold, my view count started to shoot up. Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, like, I know for a fact I can increase my sub count, increase my view count by starting to shitpost and talk about controversial shit and all that stuff, but it's just... No, I'm not doing that. I really have no intention of that, and I don't want to in the first place. I prefer a positive environment than a toxic one. Oh, so he's a flame baiting, saying outrageous stuff just for the attention. So, all the stuff you're gonna on about basically boils down to you talking shit about other people for money, yeah? Haha, you really nailed it there. People hate me on me every night and day in the comments. They even point me out in the streets now. But I'm not doing anything illegal or anything, and that's just better than what I could have ended up in. I walked away from the job because the stress was killing me, but then I became a real burden to my parents for a while. But if I'm a famous streamer, I can make enough to survive and pay my parents back, right? I don't know how I should feel about all this. You spread negativity, but it's not entirely for personal gain. You guys are gaining an interest in me? Maybe we can come up with some kind of collab later. Yeah, whatever. Just go. And again, the most toxic version of this is the red one. The elevator covered by red is the most toxic personality. Yeah, I hate rage baiting. I think we've heard all sides of the situation. Perhaps we should gather somewhere to discuss it. Okay, let me just think before we let the game tell me how I should think about this. I'm thinking the most likely... I'm gonna say person A definitely is gonna probably need therapy, at least according to Maruki's perspective. Person B... I think B is where I want to go to avoid him. And person C... Yeah, because this guy is trying to avoid the feeling of failure. This person is trying to also avoid the feeling of failure and anxiety. This one just doesn't really have anything like that needs to be technically corrected by Maruki's perspective, even though it's a fucked up perspective. Psychonauts, choose your favorite game of all time. Oh, I'm glad I can help recontextualize and like I don't want to say recontextualize, more like grant additional information that can help us more appreciate the things we already love. So I'm glad you enjoy them, basically. Okay.
Shall we begin? Well then.
The dedicated, the energetic, the dispassionate. She's the one who chose keep up the hard work. She said she's gonna keep trying until she makes it.
Yes.
Yeah, she said she loves music so much, she's gonna keep pushing herself until she succeeds. I don't want to be presumptuous, but I don't think Dr. Maruki would deny someone that pursues their dreams. But she isn't succeeding at her dream, at least not to the degree she desires. As she said herself, she does worry over it a great deal. If Maruki considered that to be harming oneself, I guess that's what we can all get out of that answer.
What are your thoughts?
Actually, I'm gonna, if I remember correctly, at some point in the past, there was a character that mentions that they changed their entire desire, like what they wanted to be, what they wanted to do with their lives was completely changed. And that was from, I think, one of the day transition scenes where you have the text on screen, which means he's already done something like this in the past, which means he would consider this something worth changing. So let's avoid A. He said he planned to strike it rich by uploading intentional controversial videos on social media. I mean, he said he was doing it to help his parents, but I don't think talking shit about others is the best way to do that. Even if he's got issues to deal with, flame baiting for attention is just too crappy. What do we think Dr. Maruki's take would be, though? It's ethically wrong, so I'm fairly certain he wouldn't approve. It doesn't just hurt others either, it damages the psyche of the person being negative as well. Even if he claimed it's doing him good, I don't think this is the right answer. I'm guessing that all we can do is get out of that answer.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, the change in dream occurred after. Exactly, Sean, that's what I'm getting at. Is if he changed that mentality, that means he's already decided that is something worth changing. He's the guy who chose C, give up her new dream. He said he doesn't have any particular big aspirations.
Yes.
Yeah, he said he disagreed with the other two options more than that one. He said pushing oneself to succeed isn't worth it. I suppose I understand where he's coming from, but I can't agree. He said going after an easy dream is better than getting hurt by trying to succeed and failing. I guess he prefers things easygoing. Indeed. But if one lives in fear of injuries, nothing good can come to fruition. Throughout the history of art, creators faced their... Yep, he got into a no vote from Fox. Moving on. She just cuts him off.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
So the question is, what do you do when you're working hard but still can't make your dream come true? Let's think from Marvin's point of view. Dr. Maruki isn't just caring, he's willing to speak up when something's not right. When one of the higher-ups of the school threatened my honor status over the tournament results, Dr. Maruki had my back the whole time, so I don't think he'd be okay with using a method that would bring harm to someone else.
Yes.
Even now he's trying to save everyone by giving us a reality where we're all happy. With that in mind, that would leave us either with A, keep the hard work, or B, give up and find a new dream.
Well?
If the last question is anything to go by, the correct answer is the one where you don't risk hurting yourself. I'm gonna go with C right now.
What are your thoughts? Right.
See, like, and here's the thing I disagree with Maruki on, because I'm gonna say that he thinks this guy should be changed solely because it harms other people, and it injects negative emotions into the world. He's gonna say this one needs to change because her continuing to move forward on a failed endeavor is causing her anxiety and stress, and she doesn't need to experience that. And this one, he's never going to experience those kinds of negative emotions because he's constantly changing what he wants to do based upon the easiest route. My stream's bugging out, Tom. Is anyone else having issues with the stream right now on the bitrate? Not on your end? Okay. Just seems fine to you. Okay. Just making sure. Now, I'm going to say this is what Maruki wants us to do. Let's see. My problem with this, though, is if one attempts something, fails, and then immediately says, I'm not going to do this anymore, let's try something else. You try that, and then you fail again. Okay, let's not do that, move forward to the next one. Let's not do that, move forward to the next one. Not do that. Eventually, you never actually accomplish anything you want. And yes, maybe you're going to avoid the stress and anxiety of trying to do something you fail at, but in the same token, you have no sense of meaning in your life. Because you're not accomplishing anything. You're just like a zombie. You're sleepwalking through life, finding the path of least resistance rather than doing something you find worthwhile. I don't know. I can just foresee this character, the guy who took C, getting to the end of his life and looking back and saying, I did nothing. Which I find very depressing. Get to wake up, run the morning, had fun chatting. Hey! Had fun chatting too, Lazy Clay. You have good sleep, okay? Take it easy. And for me personally, I could not say which path I would take because I would need context clues. The only thing we know is she likes music, but we have no other variables that factors into it. I mean, she could be absolute shit. Maybe she knows how to play hot cross buns very badly. And we'd have to, if we were a good friend, we'd tell her, yeah, you're kind of shit. You probably shouldn't do that anymore. Or you have to, like, really get better at it. But you can't expect to be picked up by a record label when all you can play is hot cross buns. And on this side, it's the same thing. I need to have more information about each of these characters, their entire histories, before I can make an assessment on what would be best on an individual basis. But Maruki's problem is he's generalizing all of this. He has a one-size-fits-all mentality about these things, which is overly reductionist. And I think that's my issue with modern and pop psychology in general. Especially, like, social media psychology. Oh my gosh. And I know the irony, because I'm kind of semi-involved in that myself as well with the Psychonaut series. But... and I know I'm rambling a little bit here, but... is we get the perception that people fall into these little slices of the pie in terms of human behavior. And we are far more complex than these little boxes. Because what I'm presuming is we're going to have 2 doors, 3 doors, that's 6 technical variations, and then 4 more above this, so we have 2, 3, 4. So 6 times 24. So according to Maruki's perspective, there are a total of 24 personality types based upon these 3 rounds of questioning, when there are an infinite amount of personality types. And that's unfortunately how psychology works. Like, there's a reason why it's a soft science. It's actually, if you get a degree in it, it's a Bachelor of Arts, not a Bachelor of Science. It's a BA degree, not a BS degree, because psychology is an art, not a science. If I took an apple and dropped it onto the ground, 100% of the time, it's gonna fall to the earth. It's gonna immediately fall to the earth. Every single time. Now, in psychology, how they look at it is like, well, when we run these studies with a bunch of people, 65% of the time they do A, and 35% of the time they do B. Therefore, A is exactly how things work. Any science that has to use percentages for something to be successful is not a true science, in my opinion. Because if I took an apple and dropped it, and 35% of the time it shot up into space, I would question what the hell gravity is. That doesn't... Like, if you're like, okay, well, now, obviously gravity is not real. If 35% of the time it shoots up into space when I drop an apple. Unless there's other variables going on there. Physics, 100% of the time something has to work. Mathematics, 100% of the time something has to work. But in psychology, 51% is good enough for them to say that's the theory of how things work. And it frustrates me.
What do you want to do?
I told you guys we're going to be stuck in these 3 questions for like an hour. And yes, that's my fault entirely. Let's go see. This is something you can probably get through in like 5 minutes when I'm spending an hour here. I'm sorry. No abnormalities detected in query response. Please proceed. Yep. Running away from your... Yep. I guess we're right, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. You too, huh? Who wants to get all serious about stuff, am I right? I'm not gonna agree with you. We were just trying to avoid the wrong answer. What do you mean, wrong answer? There's no right or wrong answers here. Don't get so stressed over this. Those guys seem like they know what they're doing. Oh wait, let me give you this before I go. They handed them out just a second ago, but I don't need it. See you around, cosplay kids. Dr. Maruki thinks people should give up on their dreams. More accurately, he thinks people shouldn't cause themselves pain in pursuit of their dreams. Something to that effect. This exam was likely intended to filter people who are inclined to do such a thing. At any rate, contemplating the completed questions is nothing but a waste of our time. Unfair. Glamour Ghoul, I actually have the exact same opinion. I do think gravity works like magnets, and that's simply because the physics, the actual mathematical equation for magnetism and gravity are identical, which is the mass of the thing and the distance of a thing influence how they interact with one another. And like when I was in my high school physics class, we looked at the math of it, and we just used different letters to represent electromagnetism versus gravity, and they behave exactly the same, which always was a big question mark in my brain. Meteorology. So the thing with meteorology and weather forecast, Sean, is it comes down to chaos theory. And the further away from a prediction, the less reliable it's going to be. I have a video that deals with that concept with quantum break called the chaos... I forgot what it's titled, but it's the chaos theory is in the title of it. But if you make a prediction for tomorrow, you're going to be very accurate. The day after, you're less accurate. The day after, the further away from your current point, you're going to be less and less accurate in terms of the predictions. And that's because new variables arise every day that you could not have factored into your calculations today.
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy. Shut up. Sorry. Yellow, green. Okay, now we got the primary colors. Interesting. Oh, never mind. We got 5 choices. My brain can't take this shit anymore. Can we just pick a random elevator and be done with it? I mean, we could. I understand how you feel, but we can't give up on what we've tried. Come on, let's see what the question is. Okay, so I take it back. It's actually 30 potential personality types, because we got 2 by 3 by 5.
I can see it.
I hear something. Oh, I see it on the map. Come on, hop up, hop up, hop up. There's got to be something above us that lets me in there. No, there's something on the map, and I can see there's probably a crawl space right here. How do I get in there, though?
Focus.
Oh, there it is. That's what I'm looking for.
Hey.
No, let me go.
Hey.
Arrgh. Chewie's not happy. Okay. Welcome back yet again. Let's move on to the third question. You've gained the power to steal people's hearts. Oh, isn't this interesting? Thoughts, emotions, information, you can steal all of it from another in the world. Not only that, you can use this power without fear of ever being caught. Okay, ball. In this scenario, which sounds closest to what you would do? Steal something valuable. Never steal anything. Steal my own heart to heal. Steal evil hearts to fix society. Steal the one I love's heart. Okay, so B is probably the one that he thinks has no abnormality. Please follow the previous procedure to answer the questions. Thank you.
What?
Is this question about us? It's about how you would use this power, which I don't think anyone should have it. Anyways, well, obviously, let's D. It's D. Let's roll. Actually, use your brain. You're not even trying. So the conditions this time are what we won't be is that we won't be caught, and that we can only choose one use for our ability. We should bear those in mind as we consider our answers. Also, probably E might be, or the steal the heart of the love might be something, because that's something he probably wants to do as well. Assuming you have in mind in the first place. Hey, Ragged on Mona ain't cool.
No, no, no.
Wait, Ryuji, are you saying Ragged on Morgana is not a... You've literally been the biggest hater this entire game, bro. He's trying the hardest what he's doing. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'd say more accurately, it's not that he's quote-unquote stealing heart. Well, he is, but... It's more he is forcing others to steal their own hearts to heal. Kind of. Now I can use the grapple. Okay, good. My loot goblin is telling me.
I can feel it.
Hello there. Wait, holy crap. This is still not getting to the room I want to, but let's go. Okay, then. This place.
Huh?
Look inside the window. Okay, so we know that this one's not good. That's where the elevator leads, right? Well, they did call it the exam room. They could very well be monitoring the psychological state of every patient in the room. I mean, they might have been watching us this whole time? It's so creepy. Creepy's right. I just wish there was some way we can benefit from this. I mean, we could probably use this as information.
I can see it.
What's up, bro? Oh.
I'll reveal your true form.
Yes, we know green's not it. That is true.
We've got the advantage.
I'll open you up. Lend me a hand.
I'll handle this. Dazzle us, Renegade! Down, Violet! Two birds with one stone.
What?
Please, get the top hat. No weaknesses? Persona! Oh, how's this? How about we make it forbidden skills?
You can't do this!
You know what, screw you.
One enemy remaining. The little
Wow, you just missed everything?
Violet, please get out!
Bro legitimately just missed.
That's it for me.
Persona!
Flawless. Just like I thought.
Bum, bum,
Okay.
Bum, bum.
Shadow defeated.
I have
hope
something.
it was of use.
Old projector. Okay. So it looks like the second one is also not the right one either.
Hey,
Looks a shadow. That must mean... I've always been popular with men. I've never had a problem getting a boyfriend. But the person I love the most would never even look at me. And one day I saw him with someone who I figured was his girlfriend. So I thought if only I can steal his heart. I see. That must mean being very difficult for you. However, the ideal reality is one where every single person is happy. Such self-centeredness has no place here. Oh, he's called... Damn, called out. Happiness gained by depriving others of their own is, in actuality, unhappiness. You too can become happy, though. See, what I find so twisted about this scenario here is that it's saying, oh, well, you can't force him to be with you because that means that the girl he's with is now no longer going to be happy. So you're depriving, and he's not going to be happy because he's being deprived of like, blah, 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 right? And the only way to do this is to deprive yourself of your happiness by forgetting you wanted it in the first place. So in either of the scenarios, someone is getting short end of the stick. And the arrogance of this shadow is that no, everyone's getting what they want now. Like, no, I'm not getting what I want. You're just making me forget that I wanted it. That's not the same thing. The answer is E, steal the one I love's heart. She answered E. Happiness gained by depriving others of their own unhappiness. I have no idea what he means by that. Okay, so no on the yellow. And no on the green. Check the monitor in the green? Okay.
Then...
Oh, that's right. I didn't even look at it. I never got along with my husband. Actually, I hated him. But recently, I've been thinking maybe it was all my fault. And now I've started to hate myself more and more every day. So that's why you wanted to steal your own heart. So a lot of this has to do with relationships. Okay, that's an underlying theme here. Well, worry yourself no more. This treatment will instantaneously bring you your happiness.
come on, man.
By forgetting your own guilt. So I don't know the situation of her relationship, so anything I say is taken with a grain of salt. But if she legitimately was the one causing the problems in the relationship and she feels guilty about it, and them saying, let's erase that sense of guilt, I'm like, okay, well, guilt is a activating emotion. Well, judgment, technically. It's not an emotion. Because it's telling you something, you acknowledge something you did is wrong, therefore I need to change my behavior. But if you don't know that something you did is wrong, you don't, by repressing the guilt, therefore you don't know your actions are incorrect. So it allows the error to continue. And the reason why I say guilt is technically not an emotion is because it's a judgment, not an emotion. Emotions... Because in order to feel guilty, you have to have a narrative in your own head where you have judged yourself to be guilty of something, which means it's a judgment, not a strict emotion. It feels like an emotion, but it's only because you believe in the narrative that you've told yourself. Her reply was, see, steal your own heart to heal. Admittedly, to having a problem is practically begging for treatment in this place. Yeah, stealing your own heart means you admit you need help. 100%. Okay. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get to the other ones, but I think it just crosses out 2 of the options. So really, we only have 3.
I can see it.
Can I hop down? Can I hop down? There we go. Alright, so it's just giving us 2 of the options. Okay, real quick, guys, I need to go on a quick bio break and refill my glass of water. I will be right back. And we are back. Hello, everybody. And I think I kind of got off topic because my brain fires badly when I'm live and I don't write down my thoughts. But the reason I have a little issue with social media psychology is mostly because it leads to self-diagnoses. And it's the basis of these self-diagnoses are on incomplete understandings of the subject material. You don't truly understand how these things work, but you then start judging yourself to have certain quote-unquote conditions without knowing if it's true or not, but you just believe it's true. When we overly simplify psychology, it doesn't really help anything. Because the human mind is incredibly complex. Anyways, I just wanted to clarify my thought before we moved on. Moving on. Composed Man. Hello. Are you all here for the exam as well?
Yes.
Yes, we're going around asking how others intend to answer the questions. Have you come to a decision yet? As a matter of fact, yes. I'm going to go with B, never steal again. Well, I have a wife and a daughter. We're not exactly wealthy by any definition, but we're happy as we are. Yeah, this is the one we probably want to go through. That's my gut instinct, too. If I ask for too much, I'll wind up losing something in exchange. And if I and I just wouldn't do anything that could bring harm to my family. I care about them quite a bit. It could also just be plain old cowardice. That could explain why I still haven't gotten any promotions yet. Family's important and all, but don't you want to, like, do something big with your life? Maybe when I was little, but even then, I wouldn't have asked for much. I have my family, and that's good enough for me. Yeah, it seems like what he... This is actually extremely arrogant positions, but every action that Maruki took in his personal life is what he considers a mind without an anomaly. AKA, he believes everything he's did is actually perfectly mentally healthy. He feels that his actions are the healthy thing to do in every situation. Therefore, when people do the exact same thing, he thinks they're perfectly fine. You took your diagnosis to a doctor to verify. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, you have to see someone who's a specialist in it. Oh, hey there. Sorry, the cats decided to start chirping at me. Hey there, Zoe. It doesn't do anyone any harm, and on top of that, there aren't any big risks or dangers involved. If those are all the relevant factors, then this guy seems to be on the level, but it all depends on what Maruki would think. I mean, at the end of the day, he doesn't have red text. It feels like the ones that he thinks are anomalous are the ones that have red text in them. So I'm going to say no on this one. Or yes on this one. I hope you all find an answer you agree on. Hey. Man, you all look so tense. Did you come here to be happy too? I mean, everyone wants to be happy, right? I know I do. Have you decided your answer yet? I guess after thinking about it, I'd pick whatever would get me the most money. I know stealing isn't the best behavior, but we all need money no matter what, yeah? I work in fashion retail. My dream's to open my own boutique one day. And that's not something I'm going to be doing without money. I know that for sure.
So that means...
So you choose to steal something valuable. I'd probably do it if I was actually able, but no one would find out. I mean, that's totally impossible. It'd be fine to fantasize about stuff like that, you know? So she'd wish to fund her dream if there was no risks involved. I suppose we should consider that Dr. Maruki's stance on that would be... Oh, I meant to mention about your outfits. How should I phrase this? Clothes are the biggest part of the first impression. You should probably put more consideration into yours. Wow, she just had to throw some shade before running off. Of course. It may not be much, but we do have some information. Hey, cat. Come on. No, we're about to do a lot of reading, so I can't have you in front of the monitor. Wait, is that it? Okay, so I think this one we didn't see the scene.
I can feel it.
So, looks like there is a catwalk that goes down from the left side. You're covered in kittens right now too, tall man. Aw. Come on. Hop down. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Let me get into my figure 4. There you go. Now you got a good bed to sleep on. Come on, Zoe. You can lay down and get some rest. Okay, so yeah, I don't think up here is going to be what we can do. There has to be another way to get up there.
I can feel it.
And I can hear it, I just can't find out how to get into there. Like, I feel like I can break this glass, is the thing. Okay, I'm gonna do legitimate pineapple right now. Is the way I can get into this here, or do I have to go further in? Otherwise, I'm gonna be running back and forth in this for a long time. Legitimate question. You think it was on the previous floor? Can I go down? I don't think I can head down.
Wait!
And we can't go back. Damn. Okay. And according to the map, there is... There is a way to look at another one of these on the left there.
Shall we begin? Okay.
Alright. Third question, we have a bunch of choices to go through, so let's be methodical about it. I love how there's 5 choices, but they don't give us... Oh, technically the 5th choice is, would you steal someone else's heart, which is what we're doing. So that's going to make us examine our motivations. Interesting, okay. She's the one who chose A, steal something valuable. She inspired her to have her own store someday. She said if she wouldn't get caught, she might do it, so she could make her dreams come true. I can relate to her problem. It seems one can never have enough money. With enough money, I could buy all the art supplies I need. I could even stop cultivating daikon sprouts. Fox-senpai, I have some questions about how you actually survived day-to-day. Yes, me too. He mooches off us. It's exactly how it happens. We'll fill you in later. So that's the gist of that person.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, considering Samira's the one that eats the most, and he eats basically nothing. He chose B, never steal anything. He said he doesn't want much besides his family. He says he's happy being with them. Well, if he's happy, doesn't that make it a good answer to Maruki? But there's something about how he said it wasn't good enough, right? He may be happy, but I don't know if that alone would suffice for Dr. Maruki. That sums up that person.
What are your thoughts?
She's the one who chose C to steal my own heart. Well, we saw how that goes. Wrong answer. I mean, it really is so bad to be able to recognize your own faults. Not at all, but consider where we are. If you claim to be unwell in an exam room, you're getting treatment. That sums it up.
What are your thoughts?
She chose E to steal the one I love's heart. We saw how that one just ends up with treatment time.
Indeed.
And I believe that the correct reaction, I have no tolerance for people who are forced their will onto others like that. That should take care of that person.
What are your thoughts?
Okay, 1 second. Sorry, she finally was begging to go out of the office.
What are your thoughts?
We need to think carefully about what this question really asks of us. Like Crow pointed out, what bugs me is how it asks what you would steal without fear of getting caught. The true question does seem different from the previous two.
Well,
even when it comes to people who said they wouldn't do anything unsavory, if they were to know for certain that they would never be caught, their morals could easily slip. It is very true. And I kind of subtly alluded to this last stream when we came across Baal. Granted, the Baal in this game is the Canaanite variant of it, but there's also the Baal from the Ars Goetia of Lesser Key of Solomon, which is the first of a Goetia demon. And the power that Baal grants to those who summon and form a contract with him is the gift of invisibility. And that does not mean physical invisibility, like, oh, you can't see me. It's more, you can do anything you want in life, and your sins will never be noticed. Your sins are invisible. So what would you do if you can get away with literally anything? And that's the kind of moral question that summoning ball in this philosophy eventually comes to, and that's what they're talking about here. Perhaps Maruki is trying to catch such selfish individuals with his own exam. That's an interesting thought.
Yes, you're right.
We saw what happens to anyone who answers E. Anyone who wishes to steal the hearts of their love is deemed abnormal. We should exclude the options to steal the superficial reasons that eliminates A and E. So it's going to be B or C. And that person who chose C, the one who said she'd steal her own heart... Oh, no, sorry, C. Maybe it was B and D. She looked like she was about to be treated.
Yep,
Well,
yep.
duh. If you say something's wrong with you in the exam, you're going to get some kind of treatment. So that one's out, too. So that leaves either B or D. Either never steal anything or steal evil to fix society. D, obviously, that's what I'd go with. Well, yeah, it's because you're a fan of thief. If we may put Skull's brain dead input to the side for now. As I said earlier, Maruki's trying to find individuals exhibiting morals even in a no-risk scenario. He also wishes for people to be wholly fulfilled, not some compromised middle position. You have all the information you need, Joker. I'm sure you already figured it out. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
What are your
probably B.
thoughts?
I mean, like, the thing is, if we pick D, that means that because technically Maruki is kind of doing that on a global scale. That is what he is doing, stealing the hearts of everyone else. But it also means he condones our actions at the same time, because that's exactly what we're doing. And B would be if you're settling with something, you're perfectly content, but you desire more, is what his issue was. He wishes for more. So if we can just stop wishing for more, then he'd be perfect. So I'd say D, probably. Oh my gosh, Sean McFadden. Yes, I love MST3K. That is amazing. I love that show. Yeah, let's go with D. Which I find extremely amusing, because it's literally exactly what we're doing is what he agrees with. Wait, which one's D? Oh, sorry. So C is that. E is yellow. These are just not in order, and it's annoying me. D. So it's the one that doesn't have an option. Wait, hold on. Okay, never mind. Sorry. I just noticed that all of these are a very short hallway before you get to the elevator, and this one had a long hallway. And I was wondering if all of them had short hallways except for the one it wants to go to, but no. This one also had a long hallway, so it's just a design choice. I take that back.
What do you want to do?
No abnormalities detected in query. Response examination complete. We've determined that your heart is whole. Please proceed to the upper level. Because it's basically you're trying to find happiness in other people. I guess we passed without them finding any abnormalities. What a relief. Wow, what was that animation there? Sorry. So you took the exam too, huh? I'm glad we all made it.
You're right.
Same here. Even though we screwed up a bit. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Ooh, I like keychains. Bye now. Hope to see you again soon. Well, we messed up a little back there, but we managed to break it through. Let's get going.
Huh? Oh, a treasure chest.
Yes, a treasure chest. I'll take it.
Focus.
For
What
real?
the? They're just passing through that weird wall of... What even is that? Whoa, sci-fi. Well, we had failed the psychological exam. They would have treated us. Since our answers were satisfactory, suppose we were brought to this passageway instead. Okay, just be careful.
What?
Abnormal brainwave pattern detected. Access denied. Please report to the counseling room for further instruction. It's because we missed the first one. But we weren't answering honestly. We're gonna see as abnormal no matter what, considering we're here to stop Maruki and all.
Wait, hold on.
But that means we can't get past her no matter what. Ugh, damn it, I'm finding a way past this thing even if it kills me. Or because, again, we were being dishonest with our answers, so it's not normal. It's actually it reminds me of one question on the psych test of a certain agency. But if you were sitting down in a psych test and you knew the answer to the answer you gave would get you the job or get you to rejected the job, do you like watching fire? I think that's the question. Was like, do you like fire? Do you like watching fire? And things of that nature. And the obvious instinct is to say, well, I don't want to tell them I like looking at fire because that might mean that I'm like pyrotechnical or like I have some kind of like deep-seated blah, blah, blah. You start over-analyzing why a person would like looking at fire, and so you say, no, I don't like looking at fire. And here's the thing, Superstar Man, by saying no you don't, it actually reveals something different. It means, one, it has nothing to do with looking for arsonists. It has to do with you're a dishonest person. If you say you don't like looking at fire, you're being dishonest and you're trying to conceal your identity. Because let's be honest, all of us like looking at fire. That's perfectly normal. But if you try to hide the fact, that says something about you. Okay, Sean, you're the exception if you're pyrophobic. That's a different scenario. But yeah, generally speaking, in this psych test, if you said you don't like looking at fire, they interpret that as you conceal your personality, which is, depending on what kind of job you're trying to get, could be a good or a bad thing. There's one more we'll see, Justin. Focus. We literally just spent like an hour and a half in, like an hour in a section that should have taken us 10 minutes. Okay. Whoa! What kind of bicycle? Oh my god, do they have little bicycle helmets shaped like brains? It's a brain that keeps them safe if they have any accidents. Makes sense. What's with these guys? Look at those freaking machines they're wearing.
I see.
Well, we came here from the exam room, so it's logically following that this is the counseling room. Those people are. That's what treatment is. Sure as hell don't look like that to me.
But...
don't sweat it too much. They're all cognitive beings. Let's just keep moving.
I have something.
Is there a safe room nearby? It'd help if... I see there's a safe room here.
Let's do it.
Okay, we're officially saving because it has been a while. What's up, Fox? Everyone here seems entirely spellbound, but I don't believe I see any true happiness here. I agree. See, the thing is, it's not the pursuit of happiness that Maruki... He's not trying to make people happy. He's trying to ensure they are not unhappy, which is not the same thing. It's not the same thing in the slightest. In order, like... I think where the game's going with this is, in order to experience true happiness, you have to risk failing. You have to risk unhappiness in order to feel true happiness. Simply accepting and settling for feeling nothing is not the same thing as true happiness. Those people in the headsets, I wonder what they're experiencing. They seem pretty happy.
Hey!
What do you think those big cables we saw earlier could be? I wonder where they lead. Mementos, maybe? Changing your entire cognition so you can have a happy life. I used to be like that.
Let's do it.
Now let's go.
It's true, when the nerves are dead, you stop feeling pain. That's true. Okay, where are we at? Let's head back down. Okay, now we can head down again. Okay, let's see if we can find our way in here. Because when I hear treasure, I must have it. I pity the fool that gets in the way of me and my treasure. There it is. I don't know yet, Justin. I'm looking for a good time to call it. I'm not there yet. No, I understand, Sean. Because I'd imagine the sight of fire for you triggers an emotional memory that is an automatic fear response, and yeah, I get it. I 100% understand. Let's head back up. And that's gonna take us up. Okay, let's head back up.
I can see it.
Dude, I love this tune. I can just sit here and listen to this tune and vibe all day. Yeah, and on that note, it's kind of sad, but I'm actually working on a trigger warning in case anyone has issues with death and all that. But I'm working on a couple of projects right now. One of them was a fire, and unfortunately, the property owners lost both of their dogs in it. So I was trying to console them while working through getting them taken care of on the insurance end of things. And I'm also working on an individual who self-terminated in the bathtub, and it overflowed and flooded the entire house, so it's all contaminated. And yeah, so I have to deal with stuff like that. Not as often as I used to. I used to do stuff for vacant homes, and you know, things that happen to vacant homes are a little bit worse than occupied. Sometimes, at least from my experience. But yeah, so I can understand that reaction to fire.
Let's go.
100%.
All out attack!
Get out of here! Get out of here! Or shall come.
Bless skills will
What do you
work.
cancel?
Let's
Let's
the enemy
get
is
a
weak,
weakness
but
on
don't
them.
relax yet. All enemies are down. Stay silent. Payback time. They're done for.
Like, honestly, Sean, like,
Too late to be sorry.
when it comes to what we consume in media, I almost wish
Okay.
we weren't so
I could have handled that myself.
open with portraying certain things. Because the brain doesn't know the difference between what it sees and what it experiences. Like, what you experience in real life versus what you see on TV, the brain really doesn't know the difference. So when you normalize certain darker imagery, you normalize it in your real life as well, which I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do, personally.
It's somewhere.
I mean, there's not really much we can do about it, but... What's up, Draco? I psychoanalyzed the 3-question test for an hour and a half. That's what you missed. All right. So now we got to go through there, which we can't do. Let's find out. Okay, let's save real quick and let's see what we can do from here.
Let's do it.
You just notice the posters things. Yeah, unhappiness is health. And happiness is health. Oh my gosh. You know what, guys? Like, I am so... Oh, like, this whole dungeon makes me want to watch that episode. You know what? I may try to find a way to watch this episode of Millennium with you all. There's no context with the rest of the franchise. It's just a random episode in Season 2, but it dives into this idea of happiness is positive and unhappiness is negative to an extreme degree. It's... Oh, God. I'll see if I can find a way without getting into copyright troubles, but I would love to watch it with you all. Just for that one episode.
Somewhere.
It's an episode of one of my favorite TV shows called Millennium. It literally deals with a cult that's... Their entire philosophy is you have to convert all unhappiness into happiness, so you repress any negative emotion.
It's somewhere.
Oh, another TV. Looks like we're in for another movie. Oh, but not right now. At least there's no tape in the player. No doubt we'll need to find one in order to proceed. Let's start looking. What's up, Break? Welcome on in. You literally just missed me providing commentary for an hour and a half on the 3 questions in this dungeon. 3 rooms for an hour and a half, and all I was doing was ranting. Yeah, I'm Maruki'd. I'm actually going to be really excited as soon as we wrap this up because I get to watch Thought Bubble's commentary. I randomly came across the YouTuber Thought Bubble's. It was like a 4-hour commentary on Maruki's philosophy, and I really wanted to watch it, but I chose not to for spoiler reasons. Hey, those are some scary-looking shadows. Make sure we don't get caught. Looks like we got shadows patrolling the area. Make sure no one sneaks up on us while we hunt down the videotape. I mean, we can just beat them all.
I have something.
I can see a shadow.
I'll reveal your true form.
Okay. Let's start here.
Looks like you...
I'll reveal your true form.
Oh yeah, he has great stuff. Him and Dr. Mick are some awesome psychology YouTubers.
Somewhere.
Oh!
Let's find out what's in the box. What's in the box? Sorry. Cleaning spray. Okay, well that's not as scary as the actual end of that movie. Have you never seen 7 Lemonade?
Somewhere.
If you have, you'll get the reference. If you haven't,
Joker,
I'm happy for you because it is a dark movie.
Form.
It is dark. There's an article about the rules of therapy and how Maruki broke basically all of them. It does not surprise me in the slightest. I mean, he probably had those morals at one point, but his own grief led him to break all of his rules, all the rules of therapy, because he had experienced a trauma. And it'd be hard to say whether he, because really Rumi's the one who experienced the trauma, but he's on the periphery of it, so it's debatable if you want to use that word or not. Yeah,
I can feel it.
A distorted lens.
Looks like you can use your grappling hook here.
Yep.
Show me your true form.
This is so fun. Oh my god. You know what I just heard in my head when I heard that guy screaming, "This is so fun"? It's the Toyland episode of Digimon where they all got frickin' Monzamon's little twisted thing where they turned him into toys. And they're like, "Yes, I am having fun. Yay!" Where they're the toys. Sorry.
Oh!
Bead. Oh, hello there. Let's join the patrol, apparently. Some intruders rejected treatment and are currently roaming the facility. If they've refused our master's salvation, they truly are beyond help. We must capture them quickly. Don't forget to lock the door.
That's...
Looks like we've got even more shadows now. The rooms they exited looks kind of suspicious, though. Maybe we should try to take a peek.
I can feel it.
I'm detecting a badass.
I'll reveal your true
That's a
form.
badass. What does that say about us? Okay, let's go through all the side rooms and then... Whoop.
I'll reveal your true
We'll
form.
start heading up to the next floor. Voice recorder, you say? Wait, hold on.
Oh!
Let's find out what's in the box. Nothing here. Let's look elsewhere.
I can see it.
Hello, hello. All this people
There's a
me.
chest! Joker, let's open it!
I have something.
Oh!
Old videotape.
Oh yeah!
Got it. Now we have to watch the thing. That's the key to our success. Let's get back to the TV room.
Oh! Oh!
Starry Wisdom Vest? Holy Jesus! So 50 HP up versus magic plus 5? Holy crap. I will take that just for the defense up. Yes, please. Okay, Vest of Life. That's gonna go to Ryuji. So it goes from 30 HP to 50 HP, but you have slightly lower evasion. I don't know if we need that. See, this is a much better upgrade for him. But he has luck, and I want luck for the dodge. Vest of Life. Yeah, let's give it to her. Just get the extra stuff and the extra... We know, light undershirt. This is what she has right now. So all around, it's just kind of an upgrade minus the evasion, but that's not what she's here for anyways. Okay. We good.
Shadows, take this!
No! The one time they actually noticed me. Okay. If I can freeze him the first time, then I might be able to get him under 50% health. No.
Let's go.
Not this.
I'm gonna
You don't have
try
any skill
to
that'll
just
hit
do
its
the
weak
freeze.
spot.
I mean, I can technically do the Phantom Snow, but that's not going to really... Actually, can I do this technical? What technicals is sleep again? Sleep technicals with basically anything.
My hair's not gonna work. Aggravating for such a weak enemy. Behold! Ooh, not bad, Noir.
There we go. No, it's not letting me talk to him. Are you guys sure that it's under 50% health? Because I'm basically there.
You can't miss this chance. All out attack. Wasn't that graceful?
That sucks.
Okay.
It needs to be under 25%.
This is where I shine.
I could have said he was probably under 25% then too, but whatever. Okay. Misprinted poster. Laser pointer. Alright, so now we can start hitting up.
I have something.
I still haven't figured out why paint just kind of erupts under our footsteps everywhere we go. I do not know what the point of this is.
Here's a...
I can see it.
Okay. So that's all this was for, is to get that treasure chest?
It's somewhere.
Yeah, I guess so. Alright, up, down. Okay, let's see what we got here. So, down in the center of the room. Holy crap, how much... There's a lot more to this dungeon. Holy Jesus. Okay, first things first, let's open up the locked door. And let's do a quick save. I say let's watch the video and then we can end it off there. That seems like a decent enough endpoint. And hopefully the next time we jump into this dungeon, it's not be standing around a room for an hour and a half. I'll wager this much, it won't be pleasant. Regardless, we should watch it sooner rather than later.
So, you're Sumire Yoshizawa, huh? I'm Dr. Maruki. I'll be your counselor.
I am gonna smack this guy if he does what I think he's gonna do here.
First of all, thank you for coming to see me.
Yes. Thank you for seeing me.
Okay, like, maybe it was me, but I think he's projecting a little bit onto Sumire here. He's projecting his Rumi onto her a little bit. If you look at the bangs and the coloring of the hair, she does have a similar structure to Rumi. She looks similar to her. Like, I didn't comment on this on Wednesday, but I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help but notice the similarities. Anyways, moving on.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure what to discuss. I only came here today because my parents wanted me to.
That's fine. So, do you want to just chat until our time's up then?
Chat, huh?
Of course. It's not really possible for us to talk about things you don't want to discuss anyway. I've also got some sweets and some salty snacks there. Feel free to have at them.
Wouldn't it be crazy if he drugged all of his sweets just to get us to open up more?
Oh yes, thank you so much.
So, let's start with, How about, what'd you eat for lunch yesterday? I'll go first. The other day, a friend of mine gave me a ton of apples. I've grown tired of just eating them by themselves. Yesterday, I thought, why not try using them as a meal ingredient? So, I tried making an apple dish for lunch, but that didn't turn out too hot. What do you think I ended up making?
I have no clue.
Shrimp and chili sauce with apples. You know how sweet and sour pork can have pineapple in it? I was going for that, but...
I mean, at the end of the day, what he's trying to get across with this little story of his is he got something that a situation he doesn't enjoy having, so he then turned it into something that he does enjoy. That's a very on-the-nose analogy for what he's trying to get across to her, is to transmute her situation into something else.
Sounds like it didn't work for you. Apples do make for good ingredients, though. If you grate them, you can make a surprisingly versatile sauce. I use it in plenty of my food. It's pretty nutritious and good for digestion.
You cook, Yoshizawa-san? I'm impressed that you care so much about nutrition. You must be really on top of things.
I'm just active, that's all. I'm a gymnast.
Yeah, he's also getting her talking too. I wouldn't say applesauce is a versatile sauce. At least I don't use it in cooking, so maybe it is. I don't know.
My coach has told me more than once to be conscious of everything I eat.
I see. How's practice going for you? Has it been rough lately?
It has been rough. I mean, it's nothing I can't handle, but it's not going well. I don't even know what I want to do anymore.
Fine baking. I don't do a lot of baking, so I wouldn't use it in that.
Sorry to hear it. Do you enjoy gymnastics?
I'm not even sure of that. My older sister and I made a promise. We'd both compete and win the biggest gymnastics awards in the world. But she passed away. She protected me from a car. I stole Kasumi's dream away from her. I can't do it anymore. I can't just go on like this. If Kasumi were here instead, I know she'd make her dream come true. Only Kasumi could have done it. No matter how long I try to compete, it's not going to change anything. I'm sorry.
There's no need for you to apologize in here. If there's something you need to get off your chest, please do so.
Sometimes I can't help but think things would have been better if I were Kasumi Yoshizawa. After all, just wishing to make her dream come true does nothing for her in reality.
Making dreams come true, huh? Well, I don't think your train of thought is strange at all, Yoshizawa-san. In fact, wanting to become somebody else isn't necessarily an entirely bad thing.
You think so?
Everyone is capable of changing themselves. Your imagination's your only limit. That's why, if you aspire to be more like another person, it's actually possible. Thought exercises like, would that person do this? Or realizations like, that person wouldn't do that. These sorts of thoughts can lead people to change themselves in ways that more closely mirror the target person. Can you still imagine what your sister was like?
Yes.
I mean, in a certain sense, Samiri he guides her to literally wear Kasumi as a persona. And I haven't played the game, but I saw a comment at one point about a certain character in Persona 1 that literally does that. Where he experiences a death in someone close to him, so he summons up the dead person's identity as a persona.
If your sister were in your shoes, what do you think she'd do?
Well, she wouldn't cry. If she had the time to do that, she'd just practice more instead. Dr. Maruki, I want to become Kasumi.
And that's where the problem is. Because Okay, this is just me spitballing myself, but the idea of summoning up someone you love that's passed as a persona isn't in itself a bad thing. Because you're essentially just saying, hey, they're still with me, and I can use everything they taught me, and I can use who they were in order to get through this. The problem that Sumire has, and what Dr. Maruki encouraged in her, is that she forgot she was wearing a mask in the first place. It's not that I am summoning this up in order to make use of it temporarily and then take the mask off. It's I don't even realize I have it on in the first place, and that's a very different thing. Yeah, something did happen with Labrys, something similar with Labrys and P4 Arena as well.
I know. And I'm sure you can too. Just believe in yourself.
Why are you encouraging this? And now he actually altered her memories here. He legitimately altered her memories.
How about it? Are you feeling any better now?
Yes. I feel like a weight's been lifted off of me. You're amazing, Doctor.
See, what's a little depressing in this whole thing is because let's just look at this from the alternative universe perspective, a what-if scenario. What if Sumire died in that car crash and Kasumi did not? I'm pretty darn sure Kasumi would still have guilt because she wasn't able to save her sister, and she would have all these negative emotions surrounding around it. She would still be struggling and going through all this BS. But here, as soon as she takes on the identity of Kasumi, all of a sudden she's like, oh no, I have no problems now. Everything's wonderful. Which I find extremely depressing. Because her perception was that if I died, my sister would have been fine with it. She doesn't imagine she has the same value as her sister, so she doesn't value herself. So if she died, it's fine. And that's her perception. And so she's taken on the personality, the identity of that. It's just like, ugh. Yeah, Futaba had the same issue. She's imagining her mother would want her to waste it. Yeah.
It's no big deal. Still, it seems like my counseling approach does some good after all.
Oh my gosh. If he had the ability to do this now, do you think he ever did that with any of the students at the school? Or our characters? Because I don't know if we would even know if he did, would be the issue.
All right. I'm not sure how to put it, but I feel like I've been reborn all over again.
Remember, people, if you change your mind, your eyesight will suddenly get better and you no longer need glasses. I learned that from this game. Having a change of heart makes you no longer need glasses. Your eyesight got better. Wish I could do that. I can't get by without mine.
Really? I'm very glad to hear it.
Kinda, sorta nothingness. Kinda, sorta, yeah.
Feel free to drop by again sometime, should anything come up. We can even just have a chat, like today.
Thank you. Then we could pick up where we left off talking about...
Something the matter?
Now that I think about it, I'm not any good at cooking. I don't know why I said those things earlier.
Cognitive dissonance here.
My younger sister's the one who was really great at it.
So this wasn't an actual coping strategy for her. It was forcibly imposed upon her. Jesus.
That's right. Kasumi Yoshizawa.
Yes? What is it?
Oh, nothing. I'm so glad I was able to help you. Good luck with your training.
Right. I'll do my best. For Sumire's sake and mine.
She honestly thinks that her sister would have no issues if she was the one who died. Yeah, I'm the same way, tall man. Like, I'm kind of nearsighted, but it's nowhere near where I need to wear it all the time. It's mostly for when I'm driving or I'm going to the movies or something like that. Lately, my vision has been getting worse, but that's because I started wearing my glasses all the time, even when I'm at my computer, which technically I don't need to wear them on my computer, but because I did, it's actually making my vision worse. So now it's like, eh. Anyways.
Was that?
Her bad eyesight explains why she couldn't hit the ball at the batting cages. That's actually really interesting.
Yes. It was a counseling session I had with Dr. Maruki. It was just after Kasumi, after my sister passed away. From that moment on, I lived my life really believing I was Kasumi.
It was all due to the rewriting of your cognition. His actualization, as we've started calling it.
Okay, but I've been wondering something. So, it was only Sumire who believed that she was Kasumi, right? I assumed someone in your family or one of your friends would have noticed you going by the wrong name right away.
Well, I can certainly remember being called Kasumi by everyone else, too.
It might be more accurate to say you misheard or misunderstood the name you were being called. Like everyone kept calling you Sumire, but your cognition made you hear it as Kasumi.
That actually is an interesting thought. Where the brain hears one thing but processes something different before it actually gets registered into sensory input. Yeah, it's an extreme version of apperception. Because apperception is more like a cognitive... Well, I don't want to use that word. What you're seeing is not necessarily what reality is, but that's just pure perception. But physically hearing something different. Or maybe it was like a blank spot where her brain just kind of like blacked out the name Samira when she heard it. Instead, she just unconsciously registered it as Kasumi. That might be really what they're talking about here.
So that's why nobody thought it was weird, including her folks and herself. Damn.
This must be part of the whole salvation nonsense Maruki's trying to pull over on us.
That memory may have been kept here in video form because he truly does wish for Violet to be happy with life.
I admit, I really did feel saved in that moment when I became Kasumi, but at the same time, I ran from my life as Sumire.
And I do know people, friends of mine actually, that adopt certain personalities and personas in times of stress in order to protect themselves and to overcome things, but they're able to flip out of it as well when they're not in a state of anxiety. Like, I don't tell them this, but I notice this in them. If you can put the mask on and take it off, it could be used, but if it's always on and you don't know it's even there, that's the issue.
I'm genuinely grateful for what Dr. Maruki did for me, but I'm done running. Let's get going.
Okay. Alright, so that's going to be it for this evening. We're going to attempt to wrap up the rest of the dungeon next time. I did not realize how long this thing was. Well, it probably wouldn't be that long if I didn't do what I did this stream. But anyways.
Let's take a little break.
It gave us a lot to talk about. So let's
do it.
end this off right here, and we will finish up and hopefully get to the treasure room pretty quick next week. Anyways, thank you all for hanging out. Very much appreciate it. I hope you all have a good weekend. And I will see you on Wednesday. Yep, Wednesday of next week. Peace out.
Let's do it.